a very unhealthy but absolutely necessary nut bar. And I say it's unhealthy because I'm like really trying to move away from anything with added sugar. Okay, so now granted, I'm not even gonna sit here in front like I'm just down in sugar on a regular basis because I know that that's an issue for some people. Like food is really an issue for people and it's not for me. So I don't want to just come up here and make it seem like because that's not the case. Bless y'all for all things. I do have access to clean eating regularly, and I do have options in what I choose to consume. So, but I say unhealthy, and I'll tell you the ingredients in it just simply right here. It is roasted cashews, semi-sweet chocolate, sunflower seeds, roasted almonds, tapioca syrup, honey, almond butter, pumpkin seeds, sesame seeds, chia seeds, and one more thing, I believe, and sea salt. Okay, and that's what I just had because it is. I think it's almost 3, and I haven't had any food yet, and I've been going like for real, moving since about 9, and I started to feel a little low. So I said that to say because I might have something in my teeth, but I looked in the mirror, I didn't see anything. I'm still driving. That's why I'm like, let me get this disclaimer just in case I got crumbs on my face or something. But our album is still downloading. Like this has been download day for me, for real, for real. Ever since I opened my eyes, actually before I even opened my eyes, when I came to consciousness, right? Like when I wake up. But you know when you first wake up, there's this like really small space in time where you have to get it together. You know what I mean? Like not 15 minutes of where am I, who am I, but just opening your eyes, taking in a deep breath. You know what I mean? All those types of things. So as I was coming to like full consciousness and being fully awake, I realized that I was already in conversation. You know what I mean? And so since then, y'all has just been downloading so much into my ruach and just giving me understanding and creating space for me to understand and grow today. And so in that, I would just want to make sure that I'm encouraging us to be okay with the growth, right? Not only in ourselves, but with others as well. That's very important. And for me, I know how, what word do I want to use? Because I want to be careful, right? Not even necessarily careful, thank you, Abba. I want to be intentional, okay? I'm a big advocate for being transparent as it relates to what a real relationship with our Abba looks like. It is not all glitz and glam, especially in the beginning stages. And now when I say beginning stages, I don't want to make it seem like, oh, I'm just talking about the first few weeks. In the beginning stages, and I've been walking with y'all now. My alarm went off on my own, like on my own, actually taking it serious. I'm talking about Shabbat. I'm talking about feast days. I'm talking about fasting and praying. I'm talking about surrender and being submitted and being intentional about the things that I say, the things that I do. Working alongside our Abba as he changes me, transforming my mind, being renewed, taking Yahushua HaMashiach as the example, being led on the straight and narrow path. Okay, I have to give that disclaimer because sometimes we assume that we are walking with our Abba and we are not. Like, I mean, for real, taking it serious. Let me see, it's 18, 19, 21, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, we're coming up on, this is my 7th year. 2025 will be my 8th year of being intentional and walking alongside our Abba. And I still feel like I'm in the beginning stages. And I say that because it's very important that each level of growth has a beginning stage. Each time you learn something new, there is a learning curve, right? And so each time that Yah grows you, think about a tree, right? For the from it going to from a seed to a seedling, there are stages, right? And then from it growing from a seedling to a small tree, right? And then developing branches. Each stage, although that tree is steady growing and has learned so many different things, has seen and experienced winter, summer, spring, fall so many times. Each time summer comes, there's a new lesson to be learned. Each time spring and winter come, there's a new lesson to be learned. Okay, so that doesn't mean that you've never experienced summer, or that, you know what I mean, you aren't aware that you don't need on a North Face in July. That's not what understanding it as summer means, right? Like, there's still things to be learned, and that doesn't negate the fact of what you have already learned. In this learning, right, in this experiencing of winter, summer, spring, fall all over again, we have to not only be gentle with ourselves, but be gentle with our perspective of others as they grow. Okay? Like, just because our pain tolerance is different than someone else's doesn't give us the right to judge them based on what they have, based on their capacity to withstand. Thank you, Abba. And I have done that before. You understand what I'm saying? I have assumed that because I was able to endure, then you should also be able to endure. But you understand that my pain tolerance is totally different. My pains, I may be able to take a little bit more. You understand what I'm saying? And it could affect me differently. Affect is influence. Effect is the response of something. So my response to that could be totally different from your response to that. That doesn't give me the right to tell you what. No. Yes, it does. Giving me the right to tell you what your response should be doesn't give me the right to judge you on your response. Do you understand? Because as a child of Yah, I'm supposed to tell you, like, look, bro, look, sis. You know what I mean? When Yah does that, you shouldn't catch an attitude with Yah. Or when Yah doesn't do that, you shouldn't be upset with Yah. Like, it's my responsibility, especially when Yah has taken me through that lesson. It's my responsibility to tell you what I learned along the journey and what the outcome of my input was. Me overthinking led to this, and I see that you are overthinking. So instead of continuing in that, you should study more. Thank you, Abba. You should pray more. You should relax more. Okay? And sometimes it's not about just consuming everything, bombarding yourself with tasks. Sometimes it's about release. Sometimes our Abba is calling us to release things, people, places, desires, environments. Sometimes you got to get up and go. Sometimes y'all allow things to happen so that you can go, or things around you can go, just so a shift in your mind can understand that some movement needs to happen. Sometimes it's some stillness that needs to happen. Sometimes it's quietness. Sometimes it's you need to be vocal. All of these things, right? And this goes hand in hand with what I had said earlier. Thank you, Holy Spirit. Abba, you are amazing. This goes along with what I said. You have to understand the characteristics of our Abba so that you can navigate where you are and where he is in proximity to you as you're in that place. Okay? So if you are, I don't know, 30 degrees west, right? And you're supposed to be 40 degrees west with our Abba, you have to understand the ways in which he operates so you can know how to navigate that turn. How he's calling you to turn. Because he might not want a sharp left. Wait, north, south, east, west. Yes, he might not want a sharp left. He might want a smooth left. You might need to make a U-turn instead of just making a left. You understand what I'm saying? And so we have to know that just because our journey impacts us in a certain way doesn't necessarily mean that other people in their journey alongside y'all are going to respond. And we're going to have to wrap this video up. My phone is dying and I have reached my destination again. Bless y'all. So, but yeah, what was I saying, Abba? I don't know. I just keep it brief. Don't be mean to yourself as Yah is growing you. You understand what I'm saying? It's enough. The growing pains are enough on their own that you don't need to add to your own what's a good word, Abba? You don't want to add to your own pain. You understand what I'm saying? Like, bro, walking with Yah is already going to give you paper cuts. You already getting strawberries on your knees. It comes with the territory. It just is what it is. You might, you know what I mean, need a couple stitches here and there. He is good on breaking and binding. Trust me. So don't add on to that with yourself, with self condemnation, with guilt, with shame, any of those things. Okay, walk with Yah at a step, line upon line, precept upon precept, here a little, there a little. Take small steps. It's okay to take small steps. This is not a race, okay? This is not about who knows more scripture. This is not about who's read all 66 the quickest. Like, bro, bump all of that, okay? And also in that, when you recognize and realize how grievous, okay, your own journey has been or is, think about that when you are looking at the ways in which other people are growing. You understand? Accountability and responsibility, absolutely. I'm not saying let slide. That's not what I'm saying at all. Okay? Because our Abba does not let anything slide. Like we tend to assume that because things don't happen like that. Like he's not quick to be angry, right? He's slow to anger. And so because he's slow to anger, we assume that like I said, he's not responding, he's not paying attention, he doesn't care, he's not bothered by it. That's not the case at all. Our Abba holds us all accountable and responsible, okay? He doesn't let anything slide, and so I'm never going to encourage anyone to let anything slide. What I will say though, be slow to judge, be slow to assume. Don't judge, don't assume, okay? Because you don't know what Yah is doing. And that is a work in progress. I'm not trying to sit here and act like I have perfected that. You know what I mean? Yah still works on me, and he reminds me like, yo. Instead of saying, why in the world would they do that? Pray for them. And I'm just like, okay, Abba, my bad. You right. Let me get on that. You understand what I'm saying? And so I just want to encourage us as a unit to be intentional, right? Be able to assess, stay in Yah's word and in his presence so that you can assess your situation spiritually with your spiritual eye and not with your emotional fleshly perspective, okay? And whatever Yah is telling you is required. And it's usually a lot of isolation and separation in the requirements of fully understanding our Abba before he brings things back. In that part of it, trust him. In that part of it, know him, love him, receive him, accept him, and be so in love with him and so trusting of him that when you see him doing that in other people, you're able to take a step back without being judgmental. You understand what I'm saying? I can teach you as Yah leads me to. I can share with you as Yah leads me to. And I can judge as Yah has called me to judge, but I can't be judgmental. Do you understand what I'm saying? Yah teaches us to judge according to the wisdom in which he has given us. With your spiritual eye, you are being able to discern, okay? And I feel like sometimes we look at judgment and that we feel like that gives us the right to tell people what to do. No, it gives us the right to determine an outcome for someone. No, that's not at all what it is. It gives us the responsibility of discerning truth from deceit. And Yah calls us to call things out, right? He calls us to make sure wickedness isn't comfortable sitting beside us. He calls us to make sure that wickedness isn't comfortable sitting amongst us. Okay? But it doesn't give us the right to determine the final end of anything. Okay? I can see wickedness moving in a person, but that doesn't give me the right to damn them to hell. That doesn't give me the right to say that this is it for them. You understand what I'm saying? Can I call it out? Absolutely. Is it my responsibility to call it out? Absolutely. Is it my responsibility to be mean and nasty because of that wickedness? No. Does that mean I have to bare my head and bow my neck, right? To be mistreated, to be harmed? No. That's why I say accountability and responsibility is there. And this isn't just for other people. This is self as well, okay? Self can be mean to self. Self can harm self. Self can know right from wrong and still choose wrong. Okay? That's where self condemnation and guilt and shame come to play in. So I just want to make sure that I express that because I feel like it's necessary and needed, especially after the previous message of hearing Yah's voice and discerning according to his word. We have to make sure that we are applying Yah's word and living Yah's word and giving ourselves the grace and mercy that Yah gives us and holding ourselves accountable like our Abba holds us accountable, right? And we also have to do that for others. Grace and mercy alongside Yah is required. It's required for us to have grace and mercy towards ourselves and outwardly towards each other. And we can't pick and choose what parts we're going to forgive and what parts we aren't. You understand? Because that's not how our Abba works. He's not a respecter of persons. Because if that was the case, we'd all be doomed. And Yah hasn't doomed us all. Each new day is a new opportunity to move according to righteousness, truth, and justice. Okay? According to the word of our Abba, according to his will and the plan that he has for our lives. Each day he opens our eyes is an opportunity for righteousness. So, because our Abba moves like that with us, it is then our responsibility and should be our delight, but it is not always our delight to move like that with ourselves and other people as well. So I just wanted to encourage you to sit on that, sit with that for a little while, and just allow Yah to meditate and download perspective on how to treat yourself and how to treat others and what responsibility and accountability looks like, and to be comfortable with however the outcome is. You understand? We can't control the outcome. That's Yah's business. The intention and the obedience part, though, that's our responsibility. That's our business. So if Yah is calling you to separate, then do that. But do that without the intention of coming back. Do that without the intention of staying apart. And I'm not even just talking about with people. It could be a career. It could be a emotion. It could be a bill, a way of living, a mindset. That's why it's important to know where you are. That's why I use the longitude. Like, are you 30 degrees west of where you need to be, or are you right on point? And what is required for the sustaining of this destination? Because everybody can't go. Everything can't go. So we have to understand the characteristics of our Abba to know what is able to be around, what is able to stay, what is capable of staying, what should be here. Our options are in our Abba, not in our own understanding or not in our own desires. Okay? So, may the Most High bless you, keep you, everyone and everything connected to you, and may your life, come on, Abba, may your life be a delight and a crown to the head of our Abba. Okay? May you be a jewel to the crown of our Abba, our Elohim. And may your life reflect his grace, his mercy, his love, his accountability, his standard of living. And may you hold everything about you and around you and connected to you to that same standard. Hallelujah. Shalom.